So this video is just going to run through how we can synchronize video footage within the Quintic software with that derived from an external device such as a force plate. Before we go ahead and try and synchronize, we need to make sure that all of the data files are stored within the same folder. In particular, we need to make sure that the data file from the force plate in this instance is labeled exactly the same as the video file. In particular, we need to make sure that the Excel file is saved as a CSV file. Finally, we also need to ensure that the horizontal vertical calibration files and the QDF files are within the folder. Now we can skip ahead a touch, and this is something that will help us once we go ahead with the synchronization. So if we go ahead and open the force file, we need to make sure the time is in column A, and then also I've deleted the initial information about contact periods, initial contact, frequency, etc. from the top of this file. Now, in order to locate a specific point within the action to synchronize, we're going to use the initial impact of the heel strike. And for this, we use a 10 Newton threshold during the FZ coordinate. So I'm going to scroll down, and as soon as we see a value of in and around 10 Newtons, that would be clear to us that there's been an initial impact. So we're going to say in this instance, this value, which corresponds to that time point of 1.43 seconds. So we make a note of that, and then we can close this down. We can now go ahead and enter the Quintic biomechanics software. First of all, if we open the video file, and here's where we can use the marker option to our advantage. So we can scroll through the action and, to the best of our ability, identify the initial instant of landing, which I'm going to say is there. Okay. If we then move across to the digitization option and select this Excel icon, which represents the Quintic CSV option, select manual sync. So you might just have to play around with your screen configuration, but it's nice to see each side by side. So we know at this moment in time we've got that initial impact, and we've set the marker. If the video ever moves on, we can always refer back to the marker and click on that one. What we need to do now is link that up with the specific time point during the force data. So we can click through frame by frame. In fact, I'm just going to drag this across. So we can drag this one across. Now we know we're looking for the time point, which is indicated down here, of 1.43 seconds within the force data. Once we're satisfied that we've linked the force data with the video data, we then go ahead and click this little icon at the bottom, which will synchronize the two together. So now you can see things are synchronized, and if I head back to the main tab, we can slow the action down and just play it through. Okay, so some really useful options there to synchronize, and as a visual this could be useful to provide additional feedback to your client. So for instance, if I hover over this graph, then we get this kind of live feedback in terms of the force, and we might be able to just identify some rough peaks within the data that might represent different portions of the movement. We might decide that we want to add in additional markers, so we might say, for example, that this is the midfoot position, and we can then assign force variables and angular displacement data with that. So to fully complement this synchronization, we might go ahead and do some automatic digitization in this instance, or some manual angular analysis. I hope this video has been useful. Thanks for watching.